Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, motwarias. This is part 11 of the 1782 live stream by Owen Benjamin. If you would, I'd appreciate if you'd go ahead and hit that like button.
Like Owen Benjamin autographing a blue BMX dyno. You know Owen Benjamin, the guy who wouldn't stop screaming that nigger stole my bike and got kicked out of Hollywood. That's literally a collector.
The one that stole the song, The Blank Stole My Bike. It came out years and years before he actually started playing it, but never actually told anybody, never actually gave any credit to the person that came up with it.
Item now. It's true.
Yeah, dreams of... No, it's not true. What he's saying right now is that you could actually take something into Pawn Stars and have them buy it from you. What he's trying to do is make things a collector's item. And I would hate to say that's my fault, but a couple of days ago, or the last couple of, I've mentioned buying the special just because I felt as though it could be a collector's item. So, whatever.
Who is the white guy in the photo? Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's him though, because so they were like, oh, that's Michael Rockefeller. But so they went back and researched it, and the tribe said, and I don't know if this is 100% true, this is just what the tribe said, and a guy wrote a book about it, that they fucking ate him. There's a chance he just lived with them. I don't know. And they lied, but I don't know why they'd lie. They were scared. Like apparently the guy...
Well, I know why they would lie. It's so you don't come back. No, we ate him. And then in the meanwhile, he's in the back playing whatever, playing one of their games with them. There's a whole lot of circumstances to where groups act way more rough and detrimental than what they really are in order to intimidate and to shy people away.
The villagers who explained it to this team were like, you can't tell anyone. And of course, they were grabblers. So they're like, oh yeah, no way, of course, yeah. So before you ever envy these ruling elites, just understand that many of them had kids that got eaten, literally eaten. And so if you want to understand why the elitist Satanists torture, ritualistically abuse their children and try and beat the humanity out of them, rape them, all that stuff, if they were to explain it, they would say, because in the world we live in, they can't have any love. Like warlords can't feel empathy at all, or else they'll die. They can't function with empathy. And so they think they're being good parents by sending their kids into Nigeria,
So he just now used the warlord terminology. I did not see that coming, but knowing how Owen Benjamin... being familiar with how Owen Benjamin... Because I don't pretend to know. There's too much going on for, I think, anybody to pretend to know. I just happen to guess that right.
Like old school African wars and, torturing them and, putting them in cages and shit like that. Envy more like pity. A lot of people envy them, Cameron Bear. Our entire society is based on the envy of the rich. And I couldn't stop laughing today thinking about how MTV's Cribs, calling it Cribs basically is saying celebrities are babies. I thought that was really funny. Happy people give away their wealth. That's not true, Coddington. I'm happy. I don't give away all my money. I do give away quite a bit of money, though, especially to Coddington.
He doesn't give away any. That right there shows you what type of person Owen is. I give away my wealth. I give away a lot of my wealth, especially to Coddington. He's your employer, or he's your employee. That's not giving away your wealth. That's not charity. I don't think he has any true sense of reality.
That fucker's useless. Unfathomably rich in the world in the palm of your hands and so bored you need to go to the jungle and get eaten by cannibals. Yes. No, they actually do give away a lot of money, but they do it for status and to be seen as good.
Yeah, they have enough money to where it just doesn't even matter. And one of the ways that I think that you can tell that they're not even super wealthy either. Some of them. Now, some of them are billionaires, but a lot of them are millionaires. And you can be rich enough, still being a millionaire, to where money doesn't really matter to you. You don't know how much electricity costs or anything like that. One of the ways that you could tell that those rich people don't really know what money actually means and how much it means to actually pay your bills and to live paycheck to paycheck is they'll sit there with millions and millions and millions of dollars in their account, and they'll say, hey, I just gave $100,000 to this. I'm asking you to dig into your pockets and give your hard-earned money to this. It's like, okay, well, that $100,000, if we're talking about percentage-wise, that's equivalent to me giving you a couple bucks or maybe even a couple of pennies. They just don't know what it really is for 70% of the United States. Don't do that.
All right, that's it. That's what I had today. Now let's read some mail. That's exactly how satanic ritual abuse survivors describe their reasoning. Yeah, they say that it's that in their world of the Gary Rothschild, like that letter I read that led to this whole exploration. If someone did want love, and if someone did want to be compassionate, and if someone wasn't cutthroat and warlike and murderous, they would be eaten alive, and they would not survive that world. And so that's why they feel they do that. All right. Some very nice super chats. Tiny Bear, great stream today, Big Bear. Thank you, Tiny Bear. Brant says, great history stream. Also, for the 501c3 gravy, look into the degenerate president LBJ. He almost lost political position because of churches not wanting him elected. 501c3 removes church's political voice. It's a muzzle. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the churches in America used to have a profound power. And that's all gone now. They have zero power. Now they just jammed Coldplay.
I've got a opinion that is not popular about the church situation in the United States. I think one of the reasons why that there's some truth to that is because of the whole 501c tax deductible stuff that goes on. You should pay your taxes. You should be able to pay your taxes. And I've been involved with multiple churches, and I've talked about that with different people that have churches. And one of the arguments, one of the only arguments, is that, well, these little churches wouldn't be able to succeed, wouldn't be able to thrive. Okay, well then where's your faith at? That's my opinion. Is okay. So then, do you believe that God wants you to have the church? No, I don't think there should be anybody that should be able to get out of taxes, unless you make less than $40,000 a year or something. But like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about. That's just speculation or opinion.
Celebrate themselves, and they can't wait to get their mansion in heaven. And it's pathetic. But I get it. Money's a powerful drug. But it's a drug. OG Locke is gangster. The stream is reducing my gay. I know this for sure. Yes.
The stream is reducing my gay. I know this to be sure. I know this for sure. Them bear goggles are a thing, man.
Okay. Owen, it's been a while. I have been busy recently. I moved to a new place, did some travel, and I've been numerous things every week. Things are finally slowing down a little, so I'm taking some time to write again. I figure I'm overdue. I've included my round 2 land donation and cash just for you. Thank you very much. Very, very, I wouldn't say needed, but it's, we're up on the
cash for the land and cash just for you. Wow.
Wire for getting our next 40 acres, and every bit helps. That's Bertaria. No, what is it? Bertaria.
Let's see.
This for you. Thank you very much. Very, very, I wouldn't say needed, but it's, we're up on the wire for getting our next 40 acres, and every bit helps. That's Bertaria. No, what is it? BertariaCampgrounds.com, and you'll get tickets. Maybe this will help my haters. Just think of it as buying tickets to the next festival, even if you can't make it. And
maybe this will help my haters. Just think of it as buying tickets for the next festival, even if you can't make it. So give me money and expect nothing. That's the same theme. How is that going to help anybody who hates him? And just a public service announcement. I don't hate Owen. I don't. I hate some of the things that he does. That's for sure. His manipulative, predatory behavior. His lies.
That way you don't feel like, oh, he's just getting people to buy him land for him.
I mean, how does it work out any other way? The land belongs to him. It doesn't belong to anybody else. Give me money and look at it as though you're buying tickets to the next festival, even though you might not be able to go. How is that any different? You're saying the same thing with different words.
What the fuck? Just think of it as the same price ticket to see Joe Rogan for 1 hour. You get to go to a full weekend festival and be a part of a donor club.
A praise and worship service dedicated to Owen Benjamin.
Where you will have access to opportunities and resources.
So Joe Rogan, he's using Joe Rogan as an equivalent. $400 for a ticket to see Joe Rogan. But instead of seeing Joe Rogan, you get to hang out with a bunch of dedicated cult members to the religion of Owen Benjamin.
in the future, God willing, from our land that we buy together. And
he has to throw in that God willing, even though. Now, I don't really necessarily agree with me saying what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't, just based on how he says it and whenever he says it, it just seems forced and contrived. Whenever he says God willing, like the way he said it earlier.
it's the most effective, efficient, and least liability-prone way I could have possibly done it.
No, it's not. That is 100% false. There are so many things that are going on in this world. For if that to be true, those things would not be going on.
Charlatans like Squirtus Moan will say that the trust is the way to do it when it absolutely isn't. I could do a whole stream on how fucking horrifying that would be. How I would be saddled in any lawsuit. Anyone wanted to do it anytime. And it would just ruin it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to swindle people and to lie whenever you try to skate underneath the liability aspect of your scheme.
I'd have to sell the land, use it to pay the lawyers. Like, dude, 5 saboteurs could take down the entire thing. How much time do I have before the next partial purchase? November.
Okay, so November. We're in September, October, November. So they have just over a month to, what did you say, $40,000? Is that what he said?
Okay. I had a great time at the festival. The best part of the event for me was simply spending time around all of these quality people with a common outlook and interest. I get to hang out with friends.
It's interesting that I still haven't heard anybody say one of the greatest things about the festival was his stand-up comedy.
I don't see him very often, as well as making a few more new acquaintances. I even got to meet you and talk briefly. Maybe we'll get the chance to have a proper conversation someday. The Bears really are an exceptional group of people. Just one example from the festival. I had quite the spontaneous conversation one morning. I ran into an acquaintance I had met the previous year while we were both buying morning coffee. He had recently converted to Eastern Orthodox Christianity. I responded that I couldn't see myself following Eastern Orthodox even if I were to become Christian. This sparked a long, respectful conversation, not only about religion, but also the foundational axioms that underlie different worldviews and how they handle certain...
So you spent $400 or $80, however that works out. And then, I don't know.
Insoluble existential questions of life. Yeah, guys, we have no issue with Orthodox Christianity. That was an illusion that Rimjob was painting. There's all kinds of people at these festivals. Rimjob...
Whatever. That doesn't make any sense. Even the cult members that pop in to different chats, they highly encourage me to go after the cult of orthodoxy. And these are bears. They definitely have a problem with orthodoxy. They definitely have a problem with Christianity. He definitely hates the real true, the real good, the real beautiful.
Is a online grifter that was trying to create a false wedge to get fans. And now that's fading.
Blaming everybody else but himself. This is the Texas Goat Radio Show, and I am your host, motwarias. As always, till next time.